Welcome to Serbia. I thought I'd record this because it's not scripted or anything, but this is the real Serbia. So this is my wife's parents' back garden. And one of the things I love about Serbia, right, because of the climate, you can grow your own fruit, your own fruit and vegetables. And that's exactly what my wife's parents are doing just now. So this morning for breakfast, we just had some of these tomatoes. And if you follow me on social media as well, you'll see on Instagram that I was picking some of these cucumbers off this morning as well, which is hilarious because that's something that I've never did before. I've never seen cucumbers actually grow on the vine, would you call it? But here they are, some nice cucumbers here. This one's nearly ready. A couple of little smaller ones up there. But I just think that's really cool, the fact that you can grow fruit and vegetables in your own garden. So they've got cucumbers right here, tomatoes right here. So in Serbian, cucumber is called krastavac, tomatoes are called paradise, which sounds like paradise, which they taste like paradise, they're really sweet. And they've also got this as well, a fig tree. So they get quite a few kilos of figs off of this when it's ready. And that will probably be made into some jam or something. I don't know. Sanya, what will your mum do with those figs when they're ready? Those figs?
You can eat them, you can make jam.
She'll probably make jam though, won't she? Yeah. So there you go, jam. Jam made from figs. There's just a little view of what life is like here in Belgrade. It's great. The only thing I would say that I really don't like about Serbia, this is the one thing that I hate, is that they have mosquitoes here. And I'm allergic to mosquitoes. Aye, not great. If you're okay with mosquitoes, it's great, you know. Summers are really hot, nights are really hot. You can just kind of walk about down the road here, you know, maybe have a little coffee outside, have a beer. Great lifestyle here in Serbia. So look, here we go. Here's some of the vegetables that we picked earlier on. A couple of cucumbers and some tomatoes in there. Look at that. Brilliant. Just grew it right here in our back garden. Could you imagine that back in Scotland? If you just had like your full back garden full of tomatoes and cucumbers. Great. What's important as well is that here they don't use any pesticides. I don't know how they keep the bugs off them. I maybe need to ask my mother-in-law how she does that. Keeps the bugs off them, but they don't really have kind of any infestation of bugs back here. So, some nice organic homegrown vegetables right here in Belgrade. So this is another thing that you need to do when you come to Serbia. So if you're staying in a hotel, then you don't really need to worry about it. The hotel will do it for you. You just come, book your hotel, whatever, enjoy your holiday. But if you're staying in someone's, private residency, or if you're staying in like an Airbnb, they should do it for you. But if you're staying in somebody's private residency, you need to register with basically the government or the local police station to let them know that you're staying there. The first time that I heard about it, I thought it was a bit weird, but the more I've thought about it, it actually makes sense. And I don't know why we don't do it in the UK, because people coming from other countries to your country, you should know where those people are when they're in your country. I mean, that makes sense to me. I don't know why we don't do it in the UK. When people come to the country and then they'll maybe abscond, maybe they wouldn't do that. They knew that they had to be registered somewhere. So anyway, if you come to Serbia and you're staying in somebody's house, look, I've been told that most people don't actually do it, but just to keep yourself right, if you maybe get stopped by the police or something and they ask where you're staying, just register when you come. It's pretty simple. I think my wife's mum, she's able to do it for me because she's got a business, so she just goes online and fills in a form. It looks like this. But yeah, if the person you're staying with doesn't have a business, I think you can just go to the local police station and let them know that you're staying there, and they can register you as staying somewhere. Definitely do that when you come here, just to keep yourself right. Oh, keep yourself right. Right, so I want to show you this as well. Lirana! Oh, she can't hear me. Where is this mint? Is it here? Is this it here?
Yeah.
Right, okay. This one here?
Yes.
Grown on that?
One behind.
And the one behind here? Right, okay. Yeah, so this is it here. This is the mint grown. If I didn't know, I would just think this is maybe just a weed, but you can see they've tied it up and stuff. Let me show you just now. Yeah, so that's mint, which is nana in Serbian. So we're going to have some mojitos later on, and I'll show you. We'll come out here and pick some of this if they haven't picked some already. I'll probably change this t-shirt as well because it is very hot today. Homemade, homegrown mojitos. So we're just going to go see my wife's gran just now, so come with us on a little drive and we'll go show you a little bit of Belgrade. So this house that we're just coming up to just now, it looks kind of like the White House. It's owned by a guy called Jelko Mitrovic. He owns Pink TV, a number of other businesses here in Serbia. Quite a controversial businessman, I've heard, and probably one of the richest people in Serbia. This is his house that he's building just now. That was a guy just selling watermelons there by the side of the road, parked up, selling watermelons. So we're just at the complex that my wife's gran lives in, and I just wanted to show you something that's quite interesting. So these buildings, these are like big kind of commie blocks, you might call them. They were built here years ago, but that's not necessarily what I'd like to show you. So if you come around here, this is what I wanted to show you. So this is something that you see here quite a lot, as you see memorials to people that have died. This is actually a really, really sad story. So this girl, yeah, so you can see there, she was 16 when she died, and they went to like a party or something, and the guy that was driving the car, there was somebody in the boot of the car, a bunch of people in the back. The guy who was driving it was drunk, and he crashed into a lake. And a bunch of them died, unfortunately, and one of them was this girl, Anastasia, who was 16. So yeah, that's something that you see a lot here that's a little bit different, memorials to people. So as a result of that terrible accident, they actually changed the law here in Serbia. So they changed the law so that 2 years after you pass your driving test, you're not allowed to drive between, I think it's like 11 PM and 5 AM. So yeah. Yeah, so this is obviously, she probably lived in this block here. Horrible story, but I guess these things happen.
Against the diabetes
Okay, so
and
you
the
can...
smaller sugar in blood.
Right, okay. Yeah. So you just use the leaves for tea?
Da, tea.
The chai? Okay.
Ono dry list of smokva, tea against diabetes.
Good. So you can use not just the fruit, but the leaves as well. So these are the leaves from the fig that have been dried. And there's an amazing smell to it. So that's the leaves from the fig tree, and apparently it makes a good tea. I wish you could smell this through the screen.
I sauce. Ovo je. To je lavanda. Ima ovaj svilenula, ovo je lavanda.
Right, okay.
A ovo je staž.
So yeah, so
To
this
je
is
zolfija.
this is lavender
Lavanda.
and zolfia, so
A to
sage.
je staž.
Let's smell it. Yeah, that's sage. This is rosemary as well. Maybe if you're making a little piece of lamb or something, come out here to get some rosemary. This is the rosemary here.
Fenomenalno.
Nice.
Fenomenalno više. Miris.
Oh wow, it is. It's very
Fenomenalno.
fragrant. Yeah, rosemary. It's brilliant just having a garden that you can just have all these plants and herbs and that in. Amazing.
Aha, uberi je. It's good.
Aha, okay. Ova je spremna. Let's check. This one looks like it's ready. There you go. A nice fig. Ah,
It's fantastic.
yeah. Great. There you go, a fresh
And it.
fig. And eat it.
Malo je dry. No,
Amazing.
još je green. Znači, još je zelena. Jak smakla.
There you go, a fig
Ali
right off the tree. Okay, so we're going to go get some 7-Up for some mojitos, and we're going to use that mint from the garden. So come with us while we go a walk to the shops. So it was like 30 degrees today or something like that, and it's hot. My wife just ran ahead because she's in a hurry, but this is like a little local shop. It's called Shop and Go. Maybe similar to something like a Tesco Express back home. Okay, so just came in and then straight back out there again. Apparently they don't have 7-Up. So Sprite, right? Okay, they don't have Sprite. So we're going to go to another store, which is just around the corner. This is a bigger one. Okay, that's the Sprite secured. Let's get back up the road and make these mojitos with homegrown mint. That's something that's quite confusing as well. I've seen quite a few of those sunbed shops, tanning salons, solariums, wherever you are in the world. I have no idea why people who live here, when it's so hot and so sunny, the majority of the year would go and use them. I mean, I understand why people in Scotland use them, because there's like no sun. Here it's always sunny, so why would you go use a sunbed? But relatively popular here. This is something that I love about Serbia as well. On lots of little streets, and you get these little, they're called trafikas. Here's one here. This is it right here. So basically these little shops, just kind of sometimes built onto the side of people's houses and stuff, and that's another thing that you'll notice here. I think it's great, and I wish that they allowed for it in Scotland, but the planning laws and stuff are just so strict. But a lot of the houses here, they just have like, there's one up the road, and the guy's just got like a pub in the front of his house, and people obviously come in and like drink there and stuff. And then you'll have a lot of buildings that are like, you know, mixed use. So the ground floor will be like shops, a barber, whatever, and then just people living above it. And I don't know, it makes sense to me. I don't know why we don't have more of that in the UK, in Glasgow, in Scotland, wherever. Here's a prime example. There's just a bar here with people's houses above it. And then here's another example here. You've got a pharmacy and stuff with people's houses above it. What's this? Catering company with people's houses above it. That makes sense to me. And yeah, my wife just made a good point. Okay, there's a lot more people live in Belgrade, right? I think the official number's maybe like 2 million or something, but there's at least like 3, you know. But everywhere you go, it's always busy, and it always feels alive. So even in the streets like this, you always see people walking about and stuff, saying hello to each other, you know, going to the shops, whatever. And it just feels generally more alive. I've seen Glasgow city centres changing, so it went through a period where it was really, really quiet. And I know it's still hard for businesses right now. When you go in and you see it's busy and stuff, like, it just feels great, you know, it feels alive. And that's the way it should be. So I think what we need in the UK, in Glasgow at least, is less kind of regulation and stuff, you know, like less planning. Like, if you've ever had to deal with the council for a planning application, you'll know how annoying it is. Like, it's just so hard, and certainly Glasgow anyway, to build something. It's like a nightmare. It's a nightmare. Like, you'll get pulled up if you own a business and then you put a sign outside that's like the wrong font. They'll tell you to take it down, you know. They'll give you a fine, which is just mental, crazy. Whereas, you know, wee guy down here's just took the initiative, built a wee shop outside his house, and then off you go. I mean, a lot of these things I think are technically illegal, but maybe they don't enforce it as much here, you know, because why would you want to take away somebody's business? I don't know. Right, okay, so I'm back again with this empty bowl. Going to get some of this mint right now, and then we're going to go make some homemade mojitos. Let's go. That was terrible. I'm going to need to pick most of this plant, so I'm not going to record it, but there you go. Okay, there we go. There's the mint. Wait a minute, let's smell it. Amazing. Yeah, smell that, Bobby. Does it smell good? Great. Right, mojito coming up. There we go. Fresh mint, or nana in Serbian, and your homemade mojito. Break it up. Right, okay. I'll break it up. I've been told to break it up first, right? Okay. There you go. Homemade mojito with homegrown mint. So all that's left now to do is just to drink it. After drinking it.
Da bi razlikovao.
Koko, šta je to?
Šta si uzela? Ja uzela krastavac.
Oh, the dog's just ate a cucumber.
Pa daj ga sad, ništa.
Pa nego pojede.
Daj ga sad.
Cheers. Okay, there's very little light here, so hopefully you can see this video okay. We finished up the night here in the garden, something that you can't do in Glasgow, unless, I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 days a year. So aye, cheers to Serbia. See you in the next video.